Okay, yeah. First strike was mine. I struck Dreamland, which seems like a pretty standard Marth. And that in a second. Got FD. I probably want to start Battlefield. I know he doesn't like Battlefield. I know Fountain is a good. The thing with Dreamland, brother has been telling me that sometimes he feels like FD is actually better than his first Marth, just because neutral is a little bit easier to play. That's really up to preference. Easier to come down on Dream, get platform, so it's easier to get juggled by Marth on FD. But turnips become much less of an issue for Marth on Dreamland than on FD, because on FD you don't really have anywhere to escape. You kind of have to deal with turnips one way or another, and on Dreamland you can kind of use your platforms to outmaneuver them. So I don't know. It's a debate that's ongoing between us about what stage. But anyways, we start on Battlefield. Right off the bat, like, I want to go for forward air down. Peach's crouch cancel is pretty good. We want to get Peach to mid percent as quickly as possible. My combos start getting better, and that's when my kill setups start working. People think that Peach at 0% is combo fodder, but really she's not. Also, let me this. Peach is actually really, really difficult to deal with. Prime example. I go for a forward air down tilt, and immediately he crouch canceled down tilt. Getting down tilted by Peach is not a good feeling. Kind of queue up for bad damage. And that range, down tilt forward tilt actually works. So he is smart, and he knows the DI for Marth's forward throw now. He did not know it at Evo, which is how he lost to Emu Killer. There are a lot of like simple things in certain matchups that he really doesn't understand, even though he's one of the smartest players. As soon as he figures out those little things in those matchups, he suddenly becomes significantly more of a threat. When he was at Evo playing Emu Killer, he didn't know to DI down and away somehow after playing for so long. He DI away, and he kept getting dash attacked. So now he DIs down and away, and he techs, which means I have to re-tex and hit him with aerials, or I have to tech chase him. Three really strong tools for Peach in this matchup that he demonstrates very early on. One is float aerials out of shield. Marth can hit you with his sword, and if you're fast enough with Peach, as soon as you're out of hit stun, you float towards Marth, you hit him with a nair or an up air or something before his cooldown is up. lloD's really good at that. Obviously, like, float cancels out of shield are important. Dash attack is important with Peach versus Marth. As soon as Marth is in the air and Peach is on the ground, you've made a mistake. Pretty much, Peach will just dash attack you. And like I was saying in the Marth Ditto, goal against Marth is to shove him to the side of the stage. Jack is good at doing that. And the third good thing that Peach has over Marth is up air. Up air, for some reason, like, sends Marth far enough away that juggles are still really easy. He does all three of those things in the next 4 seconds. So he punishes my jab on shield with a nair, which is ridiculous, first of all. And then he tech chases me with a dash tech, which I still dash dance, or still crush cancel, and he catches my tournament winner with an up air and another up air, and now I'm at 74%. So pretty frustrating right there. And I regain stage control, trying to catch him with something. He knows when I'm coming in. He sidesteps immediately. I think my down tilt whiffs. First of all, I think my spacing is slightly off. I don't think I want to be coming towards him that quickly. Oh, I did not down tilt, but I got in the air, trying to go for a back air or something. I think I might have been going for a pivot forward air, which would have been a better option. But when I mess up, I go for air, and he just dash attacks me, and I'm off this. Now he's gonna. I go for a little trick there. I think it works later, so you might see it. Basically, if Peach throws a turnip at you, you hit it with a forward air, get past it, and you up B into it, and then you tech, or you just up again. So quick stock for him. This percent is a little easier for Marth. A little easier to pop Peach in the air, or crouch cancel is less effective. Face that forward smash horribly. Okay, so down tilt is very effective versus Peach. Definitely extremely helpful tool. So I kind of use that to get in. Forward smash. That second forward smash is very foolish. Yeah, I missed that one. I try and space around with down tilts, and then so here again, he's going. He gets the correct DI, and I try and get the tech chase. I think I'm correct in waiting because he doesn't tech. I think what I want to do here is dash away and pivot. So I get Peach in like a decent position, force her to shield, kind of emulate. So I get in that position, and I kind of get close. The best thing to do for positioning, I think, here is you pivot away, and then, or you dash away and you pivot towards them, and this puts you in a much better position to kind of react. Again, one of the benefits of pivoting is that you end up in a neutral standing animation. What are Peach's options here? Peach can get up attack, or roll towards me, or get up in place, or roll away. I cover every single option from here, and I'm too far away for a get up attack to actually hit. So that's what you want to do in that kind of scenario. What I end up doing instead is I mess up my pivot and I just dash away like that, and then he gets whatever he wants. Another messed pivot. Kind of a YOLO forward smash. Definitely not thinking as much as I should. lloD can get in my head sometimes. Oof. So annoying to gosh. So unforgiving. Definitely one of the best Peaches versus Marth. And again, you can see he punishes my forwarder on shield with air out of shield. Very, very smart. Somehow I managed to smash DI his jab and air. If I did not air dodge, I would have gotten an air. And he gets me with an air out of the forward air. You have to be super safe against a good Peach. Is what she. The way I pivot is I dash and I kind of I half flick back. I don't like flick my control stick back. If you flick all the way, you'll just dash again or nothing. You have to flick it. You have to flick it with enough control that your control stick returns to neutral position. Like gets slightly past neutral and then isn't. I think that's basically it. Somehow I managed to recover. His forward tilt on after my forward smash, I think, was actually. I think he meant to. Okay. Mention this now because it definitely become significant later. One of the things that I'm trying to do now more in a lot of matchups, but I think is particularly effective against floaty matchups like Peach and Puff, is your pivots, your dash dances in neutral, and just pivot jabbing. And I saw it earlier if you're watching me versus Zane, but basically you get this whole space in front of you covered out of a dash dance, which is really, really nice. Obviously, like you have pivot forward smash, which a lot of people pretty easily because you just kind of click your C stick. But the benefits of having that much space covered in front of you out of a dash dance with such little lag is really nice. If you're dash dancing and Peach is floating and you know that she's about to come down on you with an aerial, like you don't have to worry about any mix-ups on shield. You just throw out a jab. Very effective against Puff as well. It's just kind of nice. Also, if you want to get back, like it's another option instead of wave dash back down tilt, to kind of like force or as a defensive option. Definitely something I think people should start doing more because I'm finding it pretty useful. And I find some uses for it against Fox as well, but I'll get to that when I start looking at me versus Milk. This. You have to be patient in areas. To edge guard. Luckily, he managed. He barely misses his sweet spot. If he didn't miss his sweet spot, my down tilt wouldn't have. That is such a dangerous. Once Peach gets on the other side of you, good jump back. Right. Oh, look at this. He pops up just over the little lip, and he misses his sweet spot. So we trade actually. Definitely a trade that I'll take. I don't know how I'm getting follow-ups here. I usually expect him to get the proper DI, but I guess he doesn't, and I get a regrab, and then I get a forward tilt. And he intelligently air dodges through my sword. Something that lloD told me he's starting to do in the matchup against Marth a little more is, I guess, a modified version of triangle jumping. Triangle jumping is another word for a really bad wave dash. Basically, you don't land on the ground. But Peach's air dodge is for that really. So he's been telling me if he reads that Marth is going to swing his sword, especially with a forward smash, all he has to do is wave dash or air dodge through it, and then he gets a punish. He pretty much gets whatever he wants because the air dodge is so good. So if you're a Peach player, definitely something to look into. Not just in the Marth matchup. Air dodge is very, very good. And he gets me with that nice snare. Oh, he has a stitch in hand. He's not the best Peach volatile material, so I usually am not too afraid versus. That's one of the things that DOH is a little better at. I would say lloD's better than most other categories. Boxing me out. I get a little bit afraid sitting in shield, but shouldn't get afraid. Even if you're stuck in shield in that scenario, and you're not really sure what Peach is gonna do. So for example, like I'm right here, and Peach is right there. Maybe I'm right here in shield, and I'm afraid of what Peach is gonna do. Hard to jump because you'll get hit. And it's hard to wave dash forward because you want to keep this distance between all times. And it's hard to wave dash back onto ledge because like you get invincibility and it's kind of nice, but you're also you sacrifice. You can just wave dash in place, or just like drop your shield. I don't like dropping my shield because you see that little animation. So it's faster to just wave dash in place. So me looking at myself objectively, retrospectively, that's what I would do. I don't think that's what I ended up to do. I passed it. That was kind of me just literally swinging my sword around, and I don't think any of that was like super optimal. But okay, this is where I was, where I think I should have gone for a wave dash in place done, but instead I went for a grab. There, that down there off the platform was a little bit suspect. Probably a quick reaction from. He's coming back, and I would like, rather than being here, I should have been. I was a little too close to him. Again, there's like a certain amount of distance you want to maintain. So by being here, I forced myself to up air him. Forward air, I had to get a little bit too close to him with a forward air. If I'm back here, like if I'm right over here, I can wave dash onto this platform, and then I have a couple options. forward tilt, I have jab, I have forward smash, or depending on what he does, I even have like forward air. Maybe if he sees me come up on his platform, my first reaction is to think he might want an air dodge. So I'll bait out his air dodge, I'll wait, and then I'll hit him with a forward air. Punish. I got caught a little bit too close of having to go for an up air, which is fine, at high percent, but it's not totally ideal. And again, a lot of times these days, I grew up with the Asin school of Marth where you just throw out a lot of forward smashes. This is one of those scenarios where I felt the need to forward smash, but these days, instead of just throwing out a forward smash, I go for a pivot forward smash because it's just a tad safer, especially when they're this close. Again, it's a good way to reestablish that distance, also saving yourself from getting grabbed or hit by a hitbox. In this particular scenario, I think I need to avoid getting grabbed by doing. Look at that again real quick. Back there. Here it is. So I'm gonna go for a grab, and I avoid it with the right there. That works. Since he's in the middle of grabbing, I don't think he was prepared to DI a forward. What kind of person is prepared to DI a forward? If you're thinking about grabbing someone, you don't really expect forward smash from that. Probably back air or okay. Hit me with the dot eyes, and then I'm dead. Pretty sure I can avoid that if I just manage to not screw up my sweet spot. Sometimes, even when I'm on the ledge, I have trouble getting up when he's throwing turnips. You really do have a couple options. It's just easy to get flustered in that scenario. I'll tell you now, like, here are your options. Stay on the ledge. Really recommend better to get up on stage rather than letting Peach pull up a better turnip up. What Mewtwo King does is he comes up with a forward air, which I think is underrated. I don't really use it enough. I should use it more. Coming up with a forward air blocks out the turnip. Do what you want. The other option that I try and do sometimes is I try and come up and I Z catch them. So if you press Z as soon as the turnip is ready, you'll catch the turnip. Rather than I can either throw it back or drop it again. That kind of neutral. Those are the two options. I shouldn't have gone for the dare. I saw that he did the DI on there. Yeah. So good. Look at what I did. So I see he's in this position. I try and cross up his shield. Here, I try and cross up his shield. Short hop back air option. Like Peach can. It's multi-hit, so it's a little more risky for Peach to challenge. Also, I think that's. I was 15. How long ago was that? Because I've been entering tournaments since I was 11, actually. This is my 10th year of competitive play. So it's been a while. Okay, so I go for this nair, and it shield pokes him. And he power shields my forward air. Luckily this time, instead of going for a forward air like this, and again, let me re-emphasize, forward air like this close, it's not safe. Peach can hit you with aerial. This time I went for a rising forward air and then I double jump. Throw out an attack with the hopes of getting a punish, and then if you don't get it, you just piece out of it. So he actually power shields this and then for a punish. If I did not get on the platform, I would have got it. There, power shield, and I get up. that dare was also suspect. It was definitely too. There's a little trick that I got hit by this turnip right there. It's because I was trying to Z catch the turnip. A trick that Ether taught me. I don't know if I can make Peach throw turnips at me. Basically, let's say you're short hopping and you're right here, and there's a turnip coming at you, like my mouse right there. If you press Z as soon as the turnip gets to you, so that you can catch it, and then just mash Z, what you'll do, you'll catch the turnip, you'll drop it, and then you'll do a nair. So if Peach comes at you, trying to go for like a turnip forward air or turnip nair or something, you pretty much neutralize it and throw out a hitbox. So pretty decent option. People see that I use it. Hey, they're kind of surprised, but I can't take credit. It was definitely Ether who showed it to me. Very good. It worked on Alan when I played him at Evo, and I ended up beating him. And it worked on DOH. lloD's a little better at adapting to it now. You thought I looked 15. Yeah, man, I'm getting. I get hit by that turnip. Wave dash in place off the ledge. Trying desperately for this sweet spot. Not happening. And I do a tournament winner. Forward air. So that's what I was talking about before, where each throws a turnip at you. And that's, again, if you thought that, there was the Z catch and drop, but he's good at it. So just to recap, the recovery trick I was talking about earlier, if Peach throws a turnip at you off the stage, you can forward air the turnip and then drift past it and up B into it, and it'll hit you towards the stage. Ideally, the stage has a wall, and then you can just tech the wall and up B back up the stage. It'll catch most Peaches off guard. Few of them are like really looking out for it, but it's a nice little option. Unfortunately, on Battlefield, and my brother and I, we briefly discussed this after he did it. There's no wall on Battlefield, so it's really, it can be difficult on this, depending on your percent. If you're at lower percents, then the turnip won't hit you quite as far, and you'll be able to up back onto the ledge. But if you're at too high of a percent, that definitely won't work. And yeah, Kirk, I'm the guy that chewed at dumpstered. But let it be known, I did not lose to him after that. Unfortunately, those were not streamed. Yeah. So forward air, and then up B into the turnip. Looking back, I think I might have been able to smash the turnip. I think it's too close, but I probably should start smashing. And I fall under the stage and I up B, but it is. So he wins that. I'm pretty sure I take him to Yoshi's. And I think he actually goes Fox. Because lloD has been working on a Fox for the Yoshi's pick specifically. So that was good on him. I don't remember how it goes. He has a really weird Fox. Good, I'm glad. Hope it's being helpful. I'll definitely upload this to YouTube as well at some point. And I might segment it into like Marth matchup, Peach matchup, and then Fox when I go analyze me versus Milkman. Okay, I'm actually gonna skip this match because there's a lot more meat for me to begin in me versus Milkman. So let me just check. I think lloD might actually have beat. Yeah, he beat me in that matchup. He knows my Marth very well. So here's my mindset at this point when I'm playing against a Peach who has a pocket Fox, which is becoming a thing now apparently with Armada. I want him to go, and I want to play his Peach with my Marth. If he goes Fox, I want the Fox ditto him because I have Fox as my co-main as well. And I know I can beat him in a Fox ditto because my Fox is way better. So My next stage pick is Stadium. If he goes to Peach like I think he will, I'll just play Marth. And I definitely have a stage advantage in Stadium, Marth versus. If he stays Fox for some reason, then I can play Marth, but I probably would have switched to Fox. I think he ends up going to Peach because I'm pretty confident at this point that his Fox is just for Yoshi. So I take him to Stadium. And again, this is pretty situational because lloD is some player. Everybody counterpicks differently. He goes Peach, so I stay Marth and we play on Stadium. Definitely a good counterpick for Peach. Two best counterpicks I would say against Peach are, I used to say FD. I don't say FD anymore because of things that I'll discuss. I think Game 5 we play on FD. But definitely Yoshi's, you get early kills, you control. I got this info from Smash Summit. You control 44.5% of the stage with Marth's sword on Yoshi's. True fact. And on Stadium gives you a lot of the advantages that Marth typically has on FD. Also get these two platforms to help you maneuver around turnips. Really, really nice. So, touch turn. Hit him with a forward air and I didn't do anything out of it. Dash dancing, waiting for him to throw something out first, and then I get the forward throw dash attack with Marth. Very, very helpful and useful because it pops Peach up at like exactly the angle you need her. So but that only works if she doesn't DI or if she DIs away, specifically away and not down and away. Yes, down and away, you don't get a follow up. So there's some situations where you can, but I'll get into that. Forward throw, dash attack, up tilt, then juggle. Very, very small. Okay, here's a combo again. This isn't like super matchup aware, but I read or had a feeling that he's going to come towards me with a forward air, so I back up. So again, you want to maintain this space. You always want to maintain like this level of space between, even when you're in the air. So I see that he's gonna drift towards me with a forward air. So I want to back up with my forward air. Aim that space. Here's or right there. There's my attempt at a tech chase. But sorry, this is kind of difficult. Hard to do scrubbing on pods. So most of the scenarios in which you see me get punished will probably be me having failed to maintain that sword's length distance between. And right there, I try and go for a tech chase. I get way too close to him. Like, I do not want to be. Looking forward, I think it might be a better idea to do a fast walk. This stream is helping me too. I'm allowing myself to like concretely say some of the things that I'd otherwise be looking. So forward throw, I know he's DIing properly. Just walk forward. That's probably what I should have done instead of going for dashes / wave dashes. Because that's kind of like so I'm way too close here. If I maintain my distance properly, I whiff, then it's easy for me to back up. But if I'm too close, he can punish me. So, right there. Well, he didn't punish me, but I got reset to neutral. Luckily, I was able to. He punished my down tilt with his very quick nair out of shield. So what I was looking for here, as I'm recovering, I was waiting for him to pull out a turnip and throw it at me so that I could do my little forward air trick into up B. but he doesn't. Instead, he goes off the stage, which I think is intelligent. Not work out for. There. Each player, you need to learn how to float cancel an air out of shield because it's super helpful. Okay, I use my side B, waiting for him to throw out a turnip. This is the exact kind of situation I would like for that to happen in. What he should do is he should float above this ledge and then grab ledge, because I've used my jump, I've used my side B. I'm dead if he grabs ledge. But that's one of his weaknesses, players, that he does not grab ledge. Instead, he goes for a nair, but I clip him with my side B. See Peach run off the stage to get an aerial while you're trying to recover. Kind of vary up the timing of your side B and you flip her and then just cast her and recover nicely. But it doesn't work. This hits me with an up air. Up air, a very strong kill option. Okay. I get him with the forward throw, wave dash, forward smash. So, a lot of players know that I like to go for pivot forward smash out of forward throw. Get forward throw, go for pivot. So sometimes as a mix-up, what you can do if you condition them to wait for that, you can forward throw them and then wave dash forward, and chances are they'll fall or they'll jump or do something, and you can just hit them with a forward smash or like hit them out of the air. A lot of options that you get out of that. Very powerful position to be in. Or here's the forward throw, wave dash forward. That little corner, really want to keep him off the stage with down tilts and forward. I managed to down throw him at 0. I think he jumps into my down tilt or he DIs incorrectly and gets down tilt. So he jumps into it. This is a super bad position for Peach. She just has her float and her up B and her air dodge. So if I'm played properly, I can take it. I grab ledge, force her to up B, I roll on, and then I still get a grab. But here, I want a forward air here. That's pretty much my best option. Is that or shield breaker could work, but it's a little bit too of a commitment for not enough reward. So I get that first forward air and I go for the second one, but he reads it and gets the air dodge through me. Again, Peach's air dodge isn't. So I need to get out of that little. If you notice, I didn't want to waste my side B there at first. I could just recover with my. I don't want to analyze too much. The tree can just. Okay. There we go again. That's the pivot jab in neutral I was talking about. And okay. Dash dancing and pivot jab. There's a tipper jab too, and I tried to punish the miss tech with the down smash, but I was just off. Down throw is very powerful on. So when I get there, the reason I forward threw him there, even though they pushed him to the center of the stage, is he DI'd so that he would remain in the center. I would get probably a kill. I could get a forward, way dash forward, up tilt, or a forward smash or something. But because he had to DI properly, I still managed to keep stage control and push all the way across the stage. And that was a very unfortunate tournament winner. Don't wanna jump from the ledge pretty much ever. Not good. Any character except Ganon. So I want an up tilt here. Basically, I'm going to dash dance around, try and avoid getting comboed, and look for opportunities for a grab or an up tilt. Grab will get me more damage and a possible kill setup. Up tilt will get me a kill. Here I get a grab, tech chase, and okay. So what I went for there, got the forward throw, and then I ran forward, and then I just walked. So out of the walk, I can cover some tech options. Yeah, that wasn't it. He kills me first. Yeah. Down smash is a very risky move to use. If you know you're gonna get it, it kills super early. I think it would have been better if I went for a forward smash instead of a down smash in this scenario. But, you know, ballsy, I guess. Forward throw, dash forward, and then wave dash. This is the wave dash, and I think I walk from here. Walk, and then get the dash tipper. Kills. Definitely, they have comp. Sometimes you just gotta do that. Low percent, again, low percent against Peach, so tricky. Get back to it in a second, but sometimes, like, you feel like you're gonna get a combo, but Peach can DI properly, get on the ground, and shield before you actually get any combos out. Because you just gotta bait. There's a nair, and it looks like I'm gonna resume the combo here, but Peach gets a shield out in time, and I know that, so instead I just do an empty jump and try and get better positioning and do something. So I empty jump, and I turn around, and I go for an up. He's shielding, and I still have position. Slight percentage. Don't lose too much. Back chase. Down tilt. That's one of the scenarios in which a proper DI from Peach can still result in a setup from you. If you let's say Peach is around here, and at high-ish percents, I get a forward throw, and she DIs properly down and away, I can still like sit there and go for down tilts because she's either forced to recover low, or she's forced to float back, or she has to jump into it and get down tilted. So sometimes you can take advantage of that proper DI on the forward throw, and if she doesn't DI properly, you know, you get that nice pivot forward. Still watching. Thanks for hanging in there. I know there's a lot of information. Hope it's helpful. Okay, I got the pivot forward smash, but it was not a tipper. Somehow it looked like it. I tried the jab to keep it out. Not good. I was higher than, or I was not on the ground level. Up tilted. Okay, there we go. So there are a couple ways to stop yourself when you're running. One of them is with a side B. So obviously there's like classic floaty killer, which is side B. Really good floaty players will be able to DI up and away on side B action. Very difficult, especially if you're not expecting it. You'll be able to do it and you won't get the up tilt, but you'll have the threat of the up tilt at all times. So in this scenario, I think I miss an up tilt, then I dash dance, and yeah, I dash dance, get the side B, he whiffs his grab, so he's prime position up tilt. Super up tilt. Just get hit by the raw nair. I think I was feeling pretty confident that I could take the game. I have to play really tight in this matchup. Those turnips are so brutal. So that's actually So just wait a second. Basically, each can pull turnips and throw them forward far enough and fast enough that Marth just can't get in on the ground if she's moving well. And then there's the additional mix-up of Peach jumping into the air and throwing a turnip, and then either floating back or floating forward with an aerial. And if you don't know already, Peach is a classic mix-up with forward air and neutral. So forward air, your shield. Either jab grab or down smash or do nothing. So it's kind of difficult to deal with, and pretty much the only thing you can do is either roll away or start reading your opponent, trying to anticipate certain. But what you'll see here is me trying to find an opening in his defense, which I don't think I'm able to do, and I start focusing a little bit too much on his ground turnip play that I failed to anticipate or prepare for his aerial turnip play. So he'll hit me with an aerial turnip into where I'm getting in and out, like trying to get a grab, maybe a down tilt, try and go for a down tilt there, but he was smart and wave dashed back. Like, he doesn't wave dash back, then he hit on my down tilt. Really good play from him. Look at that one more time and then we'll... I just walk. His nair. So this kind of thing is what makes FD not that bad for Peach. I don't have platforms on that stage to deal with this kind of thing. I'm forced to jump. Go for the down tilt here. He manages to and then throw the turnip anyways, so I'm forced to go back. I'm in the air, jumping back. I don't want to be doing this. If you're in the air, jumping back like this already, you're not in a good position. Already in the air. You need to have that hitbox already out. If you don't have a hitbox already out, like, you're probably gonna get hit with it. That was my mistake. Better option would be gonna neutral jump with a nair, or already gone for the retreat. So that's good for myself to know. Reading fairs are good. They're kind of hard for me to do. I do all my jumps and wave dashes and stuff with stick. Reading fairs are kind of difficult. I suppose I could X for that. Sometimes I use X certain things. That jump. I think I meant to move. I can use this combo and I get the regrab, tech chase, I can place a lot. I down aired, but that should have been a down. Still tech chasing. Read the bad DI. I read bad DI there, but ooh, thought that might have been up forward. Pivot, yep, that should be it. Go over that. Overall, this was just like good combos and good spacing from me. Easier said than done, but somehow I pulled it out on that last stock, and I think he got a little bit impatient. Fell into my sword space. Where he combos me to 40 right there. Gotta get those tech chases are super important. Again, that down air should have been a down tilt. The tech will kind of react to it. I was out of position there, so he went in there. I think here I read his jump forward, so I throw out a short hop nair. Yeah, the neutral jump short hop nair is very nice. And there I could have thrown out a forward smash. I think I decided not to on the off chance, or on the high chance actually, that it was just gonna whiff, and then I'd get punished. So instead I do a shield and somehow manage to keep. Usually in these kinds of situations, my drops don't happen, because it does. And he doesn't DI properly, so he gets hit. Jumping versus Peach, versus grounded Peach is generally a bad idea, and when she has a turnip, It depends because sometimes you just can't get in when you're throwing turnips on the ground, and your only option is to jump over it. But that's the peach mix-up, and I think what I should have done rather is wait until she throws a turnip to jump, um, and then maybe try and get something out of that. But again, the general rule that I hear is if Peach is on the ground, Marth should be on the ground. Peach is in the air, Marth should be in the air, but it's not quite that simple. So he beats me on, or I beat him on Stadium. So just to recap, I beat him, or he beat me on FD, or sorry, my mind is good. Game one. Let me just type it in the chat. You know, game one, lloD wins. Peach versus Marth on BF. Game two, lloD wins. Fox versus Marth on Yoshi's. Game three, I win. Marth versus Peach on Stadium. Game four, he takes me to Dreamland. So he has Fox for Yoshi's. I have Fox for Dreamland. I could have gone Marth there, and again, mentioned before how lloD thinks Marth does have certain disadvantages on FD that he doesn't have on. Could have gone Marth on Dreamland. I think it would have been okay, but considering how close it was on Stadium, I wanted to pull out my Fox. I won't analyze this whole match. If people are interested in learning more about Fox vs Peach, I do have a lot of experience in that matchup, and I'm happy to go over it at some point. Like get through the match a little. I play like super well for pulling out my Fox randomly in the middle of 5 set. I don't usually play this. But I do end up 2-stocking him. Pretty convincing. Was nice for me, especially considering how well he's been doing against Foxes. But yeah, there's a lot of little stuff going on in this matchup. Watch for the end. Kill me right here. Far out. Lasers and platform camping definitely good on this stage. Always like that. And he's dead. Oh, he's not dead. I choked that away. So. Okay, and then he messes up. So what he does next, really intelligent. He can take me back to Dreamland. Obviously, generally regarded as Peach's favorite stage. I risk fighting my Fox again. That didn't go so well for him. Won on Battlefield, he can't go to Battlefield. He won on Yoshi's, he can't go to Yoshi's. He probably doesn't want to go. He can take me to Fountain, or he can take me to FD. Fountain, he risks still playing my Fox, which I don't know how close it would have been. He's really good at Peach versus Fox on Fountain. But on FD, he knows I can't go Fox, because if I go Fox versus Peach there, I get chain grabbed to death. So he pretty much forces my Marth out, and we end up playing on FD in Marth. Then we play this. Chases. I like what I did there. Instead of going for a regrab here, I'm content standing right here and going for a down tilt. If he techs away or something, or shields my down tilt, I'm still pretty safe because I've maintained that sword's length. But he does get hit by down tilt. Forward throw again. Chases, and I won't with it. Ooh, that was risky. I think what I could have done there is I could have gone for forward air down tilt instead of run off dare. But you know, if I get the dare, it finishes the stock. So you can see how here I'm tempted to go but it does not hit. Okay, and then I want to prevent him from pulling turnips whenever possible. Because Peach versus Marth without a turnip is in Marth's favor. Peach versus Marth with a turnip is essentially even. So in that scenario, I knew it wasn't going to spike him. He had the forward air well. He had the forward air up to avoid the Ken combo. We won't get spiked. But in that scenario, it's fine. It's actually fine to go for the non-sweet spot dare because the hitbox on dare. Like this side hitbox on dare pushes them outwards. So if I'm off the stage going like trying to go for a Ken combo, and I don't get the spike, but I manage to push her off sideways, like that's still good. Yeah, Peach's dash attack is incredible in this. So here I go for it, and then I get the push off down air. I try and sneak past him. Maybe get a dare. Okay, and I fail to do my recovery. Ooh. Managed to adjust for the space on the air dodge. Okay, that time he DIs the forward throw properly at 0%. He spot dodges. So I whiff. DIs properly. Spot dodges. Jabs me. Jab downs me. Fuck in. Field. What you're supposed to do when Peach down airs you there at the ledge, side away, that you, because if you DI in, which is the temptation, which is what I did, sucks you into an air. You have to just DI away and then up B again. But so I hit the turnip. I hit the turnip who set up for the I'll be back into the turnip so that I can recover and back off the stage. But I see what he's going for, and instead of going for that, I just the hitbox on back air is really good for hitting. I read the tech in place and hit him. A high reaching back air. Forward throw. Get ready for the tech in place. Again, killed very, very early. Around 90, I believe. You don't tipper it, it doesn't. Where it gets dangerous for me throwing turnips like that. Marth do. You gotta either jump. I think if Peach is on the ground throwing turnips, most of the time you have to respect it, try and force something by jumping. If Peach is going for aerial turnips, then you have a couple options. Run under the turnips, try and sneak past her or below her, or you can run forward with a nair, jump forward with a nair, or go through the turnip and hit Peach, or depending on the spacing, do the Z mashing thing I was talking about, which is wait for the turnip to be right in front of Marth, and then you start mashing Z. catch the turnip, immediately drop it, and immediately neutralize the turnip out a hitbox. Head with a lot of stray hits. Really can't afford to get hit by anything stray versus. Here's where I'm tech chasing. Look at that. Just tweeting Drugged Fox about saying that he's surprised that Marth. 3 things enough, like I agree. Especially on a stage like this, you have to make use of one of them in this matchup. The fact that tech chasing Peach has to DI properly every time. She doesn't have any saving grace through platforms. If she DIs improperly, she'll get punished. She'll take the tech chase. Tech chase with 4 throw or down throw. Hair off of the forward smash, and he drops a little. Okay. So, just like I was saying earlier, this is the case in so many matchups for Peach versus Marth, or just so many matchups versus Marth. You see Marth is without a jump, you have to be watching to see if Marth is going to use an air dodge, use side B, or drift to the ledge. And if any of those 3 things happen, you have to be ready to just whack him off, because not have enough horizontal recovery to come back from that. And that's what lloD takes advantage. I end up drifting back to the stage. So he gets me with a weak nair. So I tried to just drift back to the stage, slash to the ledge. He's ready to run forward. And I don't have a jump at this point. Hits me with a dash attack. And even though I have my good part of the recovery for side B, it's not enough to do is grab ledge. That's the set. Yeah, man. I mean, still nobody's playing this matchup perfectly. Either side, either or Marth. I know people have been talking about that recently. Something I'm thinking about. So, I don't know. Definitely a tricky matchup. But I was gonna continue to do analysis